If you don't nail your niche and hone in on your audience, your brand won't make it this year. Competitions for people's attention is getting stiffer and stiffer, and so you must be able to stand out like a lighthouse amongst all the noise. However, if you can get your niche and audience right, your success is almost guaranteed. In this video, I'm going to share my step-by-step method so you can go and create your own one-of-a-kind niche and dial in your ideal audience. If you don't know who I am, my name's Matt Gray. I started and sold the first technology bootcamp in Canada when I was 23 years old for 8 figures. I then went on to build the largest and most engaged cannabis community in the world of over 14 million people. In 2022, I grew my social media following to over 500,000 followers and grew my portfolio of internet businesses to over $5 million in revenue. Now I help other founders grow their internet businesses from $1 million to $5 million of revenue, leveraging proven systems for growth. All right, so let's dive in and show you how to nail your niche and find your audience. So this is one of the most important skills that entrepreneurs need to have, and it's one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make. They go and try to start building a business and monetizing, and they're using a spray and pray approach. And this is a massive mistake. When you're building a formidable business online, you want to make sure that you're like a sniper. You're going after a specific market with a specific message that you know resonates. With that sniper-like accuracy, we want to go and find our ideal audience and convert them to our product and community. This all comes from Founder OS, which is my proven step-by-step system for scaling your online business. These are the exact systems I've used to build over 3 profitable internet companies over the last 10 years and scale communities of 14 million plus. This system not only worked for me, but it's worked for other founders like Steve from Pray.com, who implemented this system in his business, launched a podcast with over 2.5 million downloads, and built a subscription business with $1 million of annual recurring revenue.
I have these amazing friends and mentors. Like Matt Gray is my friend, and you're a mentor to me. I learned so much from you, right?
Or people like Zach Murray from Foreplay that implemented these systems in 5x his MRR in just 60 days. These proven systems have worked for people that already have existing successful businesses and people that literally have started from nothing. The Founder OS framework really goes and dives into building your operating system, nailing your niche, scaling up your community, and then scaling up your business across people, product, and process. This proven system is what will allow you to take your business from where it is now to a supercharged amount of traction this year. These systems work, but it all comes down to taking action. And so I'm going to go and give you some of the proven systems I've seen work to nail your niche and dial in your ideal audience. And we're going to get into it here today. So let's get it. All right. So when you're determining your niche, you got to understand one thing, that you are competing for people's valuable attention. And attention is the most valuable resource in the world today. We live in the attention economy. Attention is the new oil, and your personal brand is the pipeline. And to be able to leverage your personal brand, you need to have a very clear and defined niche and be going after a very specific target market and dialing in your ideal audience. And so in order to go and dial in that ideal audience, you really need to stand out. And the way to do this is to get really clear on your niche. Now, when we go and build a niche, we want to be number 1 in that niche. If we're number 2 or 3, we likely need to go and invent a new niche that we are number 1 in. For example, here with Herb, we are number 1 in cannabis marketing, and this is what's allowed us to build a massive business over the last 9 years and really dominate the cannabis marketing niche. Because when people think of marketing, they think of community, they think of growth in the cannabis industry, they come to Herb. Similarly with Founder OS, we are number 1 in founder operating systems. The proven systems that I show people across building an operating system, nailing your niche, growing your community, and scaling your business, these work for entrepreneurs looking to get from $1 million to $5 million in revenue. And so I carved out my own unique niche and have become niche famous for that. And this has helped me grow to over 500,000 followers in the last 12 months and build a profitable portfolio of internet businesses that really dominate their respective niches. Getting clear on your niche is incredibly important. I think when you've done this right, it should feel uncomfortably narrow. It should almost feel like, oh, damn, am I just going to be creating content and targeting just this small group of people? And if that's what it feels like, you're likely doing a good job. I oftentimes will see people and they just go target some broad thing like, I'm going to create health content. And while that may work for some, it's also just super broad. And your ability to go and win in health content when you're just competing against everyone from Huberman to, Tim Ferriss to every other health person out there, it's just really difficult. Whereas if you can hone in, mental health for athletes in Virginia, as an example, and hone in a much smaller target market to start with, you're going to become very unique, you're going to become niche famous in that area, and it's going to allow you to build traction and have a unique voice and stand out online. And so what we want to do is help you dial in your niche. And I'm going to show you some proven systems that I've used. I've used multiple systems. I've spent millions of dollars on this kind of stuff. I've worked with some of the best mentors and advisors in the world on this stuff. And what I'm going to go do for you here is distill some of these strategies into a couple key frameworks that I think will help you really dial in your thinking around your niche and help you take your business to the next level this year. We want to go and dominate our niche. And the reality is that the riches are in the niches. We want to go and find a niche that is so specific that we can really be the category king or queen in that given niche. What I would encourage you to do is look at this chart here and go and relate this to maybe the niche you're going after and see if you can get even more specific as to the specific group of people you're looking to target in your area. So maybe you find right now that you're just targeting health, and maybe you can go and dial that into mental health for students. So let's see how far we can go and drive down our niche so that we aren't just one of many in a niche, but we in fact are the leader in a niche. And if you can go and get that specific, I think that's how you're going to win this year. So under this example, you can see that for growth tools, you could charge something like $19 for a digital product, let's say around that. So now if we make those growth systems for founders, maybe now it's worthy of charging $99 for the same product essentially. Now, if we go to growth systems for SaaS founders in B2B, maybe now we can go charge $499 for essentially the same material. Now, if we go and niche this down even more to something like growth systems for SaaS founders in B2B selling to ad agencies, now this is something we could charge $1,997 for. So what we've done here is we've just niched down more and more and more to the point where we're basically a niche of one. We are the one category king in a given area. And because we're the leader in such a specific niche, we're able to stand out online and we're able to charge more for our services and our products. This is a great example, and I would encourage you to look at the niche that you're currently targeting for your business and see if you're able to niche it down even more to the point where you're the leader in that niche. This is all about winning this year, and if we want to win, we got to win our niche. A clear niche will help you get discovered. And so, we want to get clear on what are our values, what's our mission, what's our vision, and then what is our clear and defined niche that we are the leader in. These components will help us stand out amongst all the noise online. The reality is that there's more and more people every day trying to tap into the attention economy. But what most people screw up on is that they're just producing random content for just arbitrary people out there, and they're just trying to appeal to everyone, talking about everything. If you want to leg up on others, I would really encourage you to go and hone in like a sniper on your niche, be able to clearly articulate your vision, your values, your mission, and your niche to your ideal audience. And this is going to help you start bringing in the right kind of people. I found that as I began talking more about proven growth systems, proven community systems, proven audience systems, and just making that the drumbeat of my marketing, my audience exploded. Now I have over 200,000 people on LinkedIn, close to 200,000 people on Twitter, over 200K on Instagram. And a lot of this has grown in just the last 12 months. People that are the right people for that specific value proposition are going and seeing the content I have out there, and they're coming to me. And the coolest part of this too is it's also created a referral flood. So more and more people are hearing about what I'm building online, and they're going and telling their friends about it, and their friends are now coming to Founder OS. And so I'm getting thousands and thousands of customers come to me through referrals without spending a dime on advertising. And so this referral flood is what we're really after. And this is what really will help you transform your business, because all that content is going to compound online. It spreads to your ideal audience. They spread it to more similar people in their circles. And this helps you start to grow a referral flood to your business and grow exponentially through the content and attention you're generating online. Do you need help determining your niche? Well, one of my favorite methods for doing this is called Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept which stands for your reason for being. This is really that thing that sets your soul on fire, that gets you to jump out of bed in the morning. And I believe that life is short. And I've spent years of my life working on things when I was much younger, between the ages of say 19, 20, that just killed me, that made me super depressed, super anxious. They burned me out. And I found myself oftentimes wondering, what am I doing with my life? And so Ikigai is an amazing framework for going inwards and starting to meditate and think about, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you love to do. Okay? So what I would recommend you do is go and get a pen and paper and go and jot down some notes for each of these 4 quadrants. Okay? So you're going to go jot down a few bullet points for what you love to do, a few bullet points for what you can be paid for, a few bullet points for what you're good at, and a few bullet points for what the world needs. Okay? Now, the more the better though. So if you just have a stream of consciousness come out and there's just a ton of ideas for things you love, things you can be paid for, things you're good at, or things the world need, then just go for it, right? Write down as much as you can, but at least 3 bullet points for each of these 4 quadrants. The next thing we want to do, and this could be either in the same session or you could come back to this, say the next day, right? Is you can go and look at what you jotted down there and start to see common patterns across your Ikigai. So when I went and did this for myself, and keep in mind, I'm always evaluating and refining my Ikigai. It's actually an exercise that I revisit every single month. But when I did it, I started to notice common patterns. Things like, I love to travel. I love to design. I love to help founders. I view entrepreneurship as a soulful journey. I love copywriting. I love systems. I love helping others grow. I love scaling businesses. I love building community and audiences. And so a lot of these common patterns started showing up in the different areas. And I noticed, as an example, I'm really good at building communities. Communities is something I can be paid to build and also help others build. The world needs more of a sense of belonging and community. With that as the example, I realized that community is something that is in my Ikigai. Building community, building a sense of belonging, helping founders combat things like loneliness, and helping them with proven systems they can accelerate their growth without having to go through all the pain and agony I had to go through to learn all these systems. Helping founders really brings me immense joy. And when I think of when I'm 90 years old on a rocking chair, and if I can look back on my life and go and think about the millions of founders that I've helped support and help them make a difference in others' lives, and that sort of compounding network effect, that to me is a well-lived life. And I believe that's why I've been put here on earth. And so this Ikigai framework is incredibly powerful because going and reflecting for a minute on what it is that is in your calling will let you think about, okay, when you think about your niche, are there any ideas you have on ways you can monetize your calling? Because the reality is that we live in a world of abundance. You could go and work on anything, literally anything. And so if you're going to go and spend your most precious resource, which is your time, to go and build something, then you might as well go and build something that sets your soul on fire and that you believe is within your calling. This is your gift to the world. The beauty is that when you think about the different areas that are in your Ikigai, you can then consider going and tacking on different monetization strategies for ways that you can go and make money from things that you love to do, which is honestly the way to do it, right? And so whether I'm building Herb or I'm building Founder OS, it all feels like play. I'm working from wherever I want in the world. I'm working with the best people out there, people that really I enjoy spending time with, that I'm inspired by every day. And every day I'm learning, I'm growing, and I feel like I'm serving people that I really, really care about and that I love. And so when you've honed it on your Ikigai, you then might go and start to brainstorm different monetization strategies of ways you could monetize that core calling you have in life. Make it a digital product, a course, a SaaS product, a book, group calls. The list goes on, and this is a lot of stuff we go through in Founder OS program. Go sign up to the Founder OS newsletter via the link in the description. Join 50,000 other founders who are receiving actionable insights to grow their personal brand, amass a huge community, and work less while earning more. Get clear on your Ikigai, try out and brainstorm different monetization strategies for that core calling. And this is how you can really go and build a living from what you love to do. All right, so the next thing we want to do is figure out our target market and really hone in on that ideal audience. We want to think about who we are creating content for. Again, this spray and pray technique that you see a lot of people do out there online is a massive mistake. You want to make sure that you have a specific message with specific targeted content to a specific market. This is going to allow your content to compound incredibly fast because you will become known for something online and break through all the noise that exists. For me, I'm all around proven systems for helping founders grow their audience and community. And this is what I'm known for online. And people go and seek me out to get help in these areas. And you want to think about, well, what are you going to be known for online? And who specifically are you looking to target? So for Founder OS, as an example, I'm going in marketing to relentless founders that are looking for proven systems to grow their brand, audience, and community. And at Herb, I'm marketing to cannabis lovers and cannabis marketers. So with Herb, we're super specific that we're marketing to people that love weed, and we're marketing to marketers that want to get in front of those weed lovers. And then at Founder OS, we're marketing to relentless founders that are looking for proven systems to grow their audience, brand, and community. And so that level of specificity allows me to then hone in my content strategy and stand out online. So one way to think about building your ideal audience is to think about who you can help, who cares, and who can buy. And all of that equals your ideal audience member. So go and write down the answers to these 3 questions and go and dial in your ideal audience member. So again, go and jot down who can you help, who cares, and who can buy. And the answers to these questions should help you dial in your ideal audience member. There are 7.8 billion people on the planet, and you can't help them all. The first step to determining your ideal audience member is to nail who can actually benefit from the product that you offer. You don't have to overly persuade someone with your content. You want them to already be passionate about what you do. Passion leads to a committed following and will help you generate more hype, more virality, and more of a cult following in the long run. When you can go and tap into a passion-filled community, I think this is an absolute game changer, because not only are you going to go and create hype and virality and help supercharge your followers, your growth, and your revenue, you're also going to create a cult following online. People that really identify with what you do and can't wait to get their hands on your product or get in the front of the line for your service. We want to create genuine excitement for what we're doing, not only to make more money online, which it certainly will do that, but also because it's super fun. It brings an immense amount of joy to people, I think, as founders, to go and have a product out there that people love to use and they're lining up around the corner to get access to it. That cult following, that hype, that excitement, that's fun. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me up in a good way at night, knowing, damn, I'm thinking in bed, I'm so excited to go to work tomorrow morning. There are so many people that I'm helping. There's such a good energy around my customers. These people are so excited to be in the community, to be buying my product, and I just can't wait to serve these people. And I think when you can create that kind of loyal cult following, these raving fans around your product, your brand, your service, it's going to make you a lot of money, but it's also just going to make work incredibly fun. And I'm in business because I want to have fun, and I want what I work on to feel like play. And I think that when you can go and build your ideal audience and you can build a lot of excitement and hype with these people, I think you're tap dancing into work every day. All right, the third question is who can buy? It's not enough just to have a massive audience of passionate followers. You also need to have an audience of people that are actually purchasing from you. We're not after just having 1 million followers and making a buck, right? We want to have a passionate following of raving fans, and we want to make money from this audience. So making sure that we're really dialing in who can buy is important, because I see so many people out there just going and aiming for tons of followers, but they're getting followers from the wrong crowd. And then when they go and look to sell a product online, no one's buying it, because all the content they've done is targeting the wrong group of people that would never purchase from them, right? So a lot of these viral threads or viral posts, while they'll drive you a lot of followers, it's not the right kind of people, and it's not the kind of people that will necessarily purchase from you. And so the importance of nailing your niche can't be overstated. It's incredibly important that you nail your niche and you dial in your ideal audience. 1 million followers doesn't mean much if these people will never buy from you. We want to make sure that we're targeting the right people, people that are genuinely passionate about what we're selling and are going to be incredibly excited when we go and release a new product or announce a new service or a retreat or a new community. We need to dial in that ideal audience. And it can't be making everything for everyone. That's a recipe for disaster online. We got to make sure that it's almost hyper specific. It's maybe even uncomfortably narrow, targeting this subset of people. But because of that, we're speaking directly to a specific persona, and anything that we release, any content we put out there, it feels like it's talking to these people, and therefore they're going to resonate on a whole other level. They're going to talk about you with their friends. They're going to genuinely feel it in their heart, and they're going to have a soul level connection with your brand, with you as a human, and genuinely want to line up for your product. All right, so that's a wrap. This has been lesson 2. We've helped you determine your niche. You've completed the Ikigai exercise to dial in your calling. You've used the 3-step ideal audience process to dial in who you can help, who cares, and who can buy. And you've found your target audience. Keep a lookout for tomorrow's mini lesson, because I'll be revealing how to grow your audience to 100,000 followers fast. Until then, feel free poking around my channel and go and watch this video, which is my proven monk mode system to supercharge your traction and blitz past the competition this year. And if you wouldn't mind, be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you have any questions on any of the stuff we've reviewed today, be sure to leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you with the best answers possible so you can continue to build traction in your business. This has been a lot of fun. Let's win together. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.